everyone, my name is Jasmine and I recently did a video about some of the linen dresses that I was sewing and I've just started today doing a knitting project, so I thought I might talk you through. Here's my son, hello. Here's my daughter. So I thought I might have a quick chat to you about my latest knitting project and see how it goes. I'm doing this one, it's called the Alpine Bloom Hat, and it is by Caitlin Hunter of Boyland Knitwork. So I just purchased it from Ravelry, and I just this morning had my daughter's dance competition thing, and so while I was there I started it. So I've just knitted the rib bit in the round that'll go on my head. I'm a little bit worried that it's a bit big because I'm using a yarn that is a larger ply than the one that they recommend. So I've just done the ribbing section. So you'll see that it's got this sort of like flower pattern, Colourworks, and so I've chosen. I saw one actually. What gave me the inspiration was a woman at the farmers markets who was wearing one, and hers was a navy, kind of a dark blue with a sort of cream flower that I really liked. But I bought the wool, a blue. I bought this actually, it's from Spotlight. It is the, I'll show you the label. It's the Heirloom alpaca 8-ply, and it feels really soft and nice. It could maybe be a little bit itchy, but I think it should be okay. So I was going to do it sort of a dark blue with kind of a creamy, or this sort of grey browny beige flower, but when the blue came, which I've just got it here, I'll grab it. It was a little bit light, and I just thought that maybe because it's got this really nice pattern on it, I thought if it's the light blue with the grey, it might not pop as much, like you might not notice the flower motive. So I decided to do this dark green. That these were all the colours that I got. So there's this lavendery purple colour, this beautiful mustardy colour, this lovely pink, and I think that's it. The blue, the green, and the beige. So they're beautiful, really beautiful colours. In fact, they all together look stunning, I think. But in the end, I just decided, in terms of what would maybe make the pattern pop the most, might be like the green with the cream. And then I thought, well, if it goes really well, I can make a couple of them in different colours. And so, yeah, so this is what I'm trying so far, and it's actually going pretty well. It's a lot easier than I thought, because I'm not a really confident knitter. But I've just started the second, so you'll see here there's like a pattern. So once you've done the ribbed section, there's this pattern and you just kind of follow along the lines. So I'm only onto the second line, but there's only 56 lines. So I'm kind of confident that I might finish this quite quickly, like potentially in a week or so. So that would be amazing. And I feel like this is something that I could make a few different types and possibly give as gifts. See how it goes. I don't know. I'm confident at this point, but I'll see how it progresses. So I thought I'd just talk to you about all of this fun stuff and fun wool and pretty colours, and yeah, if you are interested in this wool, I think it's really beautiful. And I got it in the sale. They seem to have sales. I think it was 30% off. So I think it was about $11 a ball. And I think I'm only going to need, I think, well, I bought 2 balls of each color. So yeah, I'll see how it goes. I'll let you know as well about how much wool you need for that. But yeah, I'm super excited about this project, and I'll show you the progress as things move on. Give you an update on my Alpine Bloom hat, and this is where I'm up to. So I'm up to row 10. I just thought I'd show you. I'm quite happy with it so far. Let's see if I can stick it on my head. I did try it on just before, and oh, here we go. So you can see that the pattern is starting to come.
Why didn't you say this is?
Say what?
There you are in the video.
Oh yeah, my daughter's in the video now. So you'll be able to see the pattern starting to take shape here. So if we get the picture, you'll see it's this bit down the bottom. And so it's coming through, which is pretty exciting because I've never really done much. Well, actually I have done one Fair Isle scarf before, which was not that successful actually, but I had a go. I can show you that. But yeah, I'm really excited about the progress I can see starting to happen here. Yeah, and we'll see how it progresses. I'm up to row 10 and there's 56 rows to the pattern. So you go around and around and around. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty excited.
Bye-bye.
So I'm pretty excited so far.
Bye-bye.
Just thought I'd give you an update on my Alpine Bloom hat that I have been working on. I am up to row 25 now, so there's 56 rows in the pattern, and I will show you where I am up to. It's coming along quite quickly, I think. You can see there we've got the leaves, and the flower pattern is really coming through now. I'm a little bit concerned that this is going to be too big because I am using a much larger ply than the pattern. So the pattern is for, the pattern is for, I think it was maybe a 2 or 3 ply, and I'm using an 8 ply. So I'm using the 8 ply alpaca heirloom wool. So I think that it's going to be, I don't think that I'm going to do the whole chart. And so I'm actually thinking what I might do is just cut off, like once I get to the flat top of the flower, I think I might miss these 2 leaves here. So once I get to the top of the flower, which is, I think if I go to row 31, I think I'm going to skip 31 to 39, so maybe about 9 or 10 rows there, and I'm going to go straight up to where it starts graduating, because I can see here that there's not much space left in here. And I think as well, I had read some reviews about this pattern that it's a little bit like more like a slouch hat, which I don't really want so much of. Like, I don't really want it sticking up, and I don't really want to have to fold this over at all, because I think this part of the pattern is really nice. So I think I'm going to try doing just having the flower and then going finishing here, skipping these rows here, and then just coming into this graduated bit here. I have this beautiful beanie that my mother-in-law knitted me, and I really like the fit of this, and I wear it all the time. And so I'm thinking I want it to be similar, to this style, and I can see by putting them together that if I start reducing soon and going up, it's going to be a pretty similar shape to this one, and I think that's going to be ideal. So let's see how it works out. Again, this is the first time I have ever made a Fair Isle or colourwork beanie, and it hasn't been as hard as I thought it was going to be, and you can see all the working in there, which I think adds to the warmth because it's kind of double layered. I have made one Fair Isle scarf before, which wasn't a very complicated one. I might show that to you. But yeah, I think this is a really cool pattern that reasonably beginner knitters could do. I'm not super experienced at knitting. I've made a couple of cardigans for my kids, but not complicated patterns. Maybe I've done the granny's favorite one, which has the little sort of lace pattern across here. But yeah, I really feel like this is a pattern that someone can do, and it does seem to knit up quite quickly. And I'm quite excited about knitting it in different colours. And my mum has already asked me to knit her one in maybe purple, the purple colour that this wool comes in. So yeah, I think this is going to be super cool. So I'll just keep on going, but I'm hoping to be able to show you the end pretty soon. Just got to finish off this flower bit here and taper it up, and then I think we're going to have a really pretty beanie for winter. Hello, I have just been doing the last main rows, and you can see now the flower has completely, is now completely showing. And I can see that there's only a little small bit in here to go. And so I am thinking that so that I don't have to pull it down too far onto my head, or sort of onto my eyes, I think I should just skip the next few rows, these bits, this section here, and just go on to this, because otherwise I think that based on the sort of measurements I've been going at so far, I think it's just going to be, it's going to sort of pop up on my head a bit, and I don't think I really want that. So I think this is good because you can see the flower and the leaves, and then I think you can see here, you'll see this, you won't see this part here, but you'll see the little top flower with some small leaves, and I think that's probably okay. If you have a look at this bit, this one here, I mean, just imagine that it didn't have that layer there. I think that still looks quite good. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, just imagine it didn't have that lower leaf. I just think it's going to be a better fit given that I've used an 8-ply instead of the smaller ply yarn that it suggested. So here I am, I'm about to start doing the I guess the cone bit in the center that's going to connect up. I've never done that before, so we'll see how it goes. I need to look up what SSK means again. Hi everyone. So it's only been a week and I have actually finished my Alpine Bloom beanie. So you can see the flowers have come up really nicely. I was so scared the whole time that I would like miss the stitching and do the wrong color, and then all the patterns would be wrong, which I have done previously when I have tried to do some sort of color work knitting. But this worked out really well, and I am super, super happy with it. As I mentioned, as I was progressing with things and updating you with the chart, because I used an 8-ply alpaca yarn, so I used this from Spotlight, the Heirloom alpaca. It only actually took 1 ball of each, and I've got a little bit left over. So it's quite economical. These cost me $11 each. So they were on sale. And I bought 2 of each color, but I only needed 1 ball. And it's an 8-ply yarn, whereas I think the pattern recommends maybe a 2 or 3 ply yarn. So what I had to do was, because I could see it was getting a little bit too big, I just removed these these bits here, these 10 rows here with that leaf. I didn't do those. I went straight from finishing this flower up to the leaves of this smaller flower, so you'll see it there. And it just fits my head better, and I think it was just more suited to the 8-ply yarn. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching me progress through this knitting pattern. I am not a super confident knitter at all, so this was a really big leap for me, and I am quite pleased that I was able to pull it off. And my mum's birthday is coming up in August, so I am hoping to knit her one. I've spoken to her about the colours. These are the colours, the other colours that I bought, so I'll talk to her about which colour combination she would like. She did say that she wouldn't mind a purple one. The wool also comes in quite a creamy cream. So I thought if I do one of these colours for my mum, I might buy the cream, so I could do the flower and leaves in the cream colour so that it pops a bit more. But actually my mum could look quite nice in the pink and purple. I don't know if that's just a bit too, like, sort of, I just thinking of a primary school child wearing pink and purple, but I think this colour would suit my mum probably the most. Maybe with a cream, or I could do the grey flowers, but yeah, I'll talk to her about which colour combination she likes. But there's so many nice colour combinations. I think you could make this hat in with these alpaca heirloom yarns from Spotlight. I think they're usually $19 a ball, but on sale you can get them for $11. So yeah, I'm excited actually to try and make some more and to see what it looks like with the different colours. I think it's going to be really fun now that I sort of know this. You do have to concentrate a lot. I couldn't do this while talking. Knitting this, I was really having to concentrate and count all the stitches. So, but it didn't take that long. It took me less than a week. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed watching the progress, and I hope that you find this useful to see the different yarns and those sorts of things. Okay, thanks. Bye.